Okay, and we're back. This is just the second half of the Roman numeral analysis worksheet. If you haven't watched this video yet, find the first one in this series, okay, and also make sure you download and print these worksheets and follow along, okay? So finally, let's take a look at a chord progression. So I have three chords here. You have, and this is in C major, okay? And I've already analyzed the roots and the quality of these chords. So the first one is C major, the second one is A minor, and the third one is B diminished. I've also added the Roman numerals. The RN here stands for Roman numeral, okay? So the first one, this is a 1 chord because the C is the root, okay? And as you remember, C is the first scale degree of the C major scale, so C is 1. Okay? So because it's a major chord with the first scale degree as the root, we use the Roman numeral 1, okay, in uppercase. Remember that for Roman numerals, uppercase, when you're writing it by hand, always use horizontal lines on both the top and the bottom, okay? So that's very, very clear to me that this is uppercase and not lowercase, for example, okay? The second one here is an A minor triad, so I would use a lowercase 6 VI, okay? And that's because the A is the 6th scale degree of C major, okay? So this is A minor 6, okay? Lastly, I have a B diminished chord. I use VII lowercase with a little degree symbol because, again, B is the 7th scale degree. If we use these same three chords, 1, 6, and 7, major 1, minor 6, diminished 7, okay, and we change the key of this song. Let's say the song only has three chords because I wasn't as inspired. So let's say I only have these three chords, and I change the key completely to D major. Okay? So then I keep the Roman numerals, right? I use the same Roman numerals because that's my composition. That's the chord progression. However, since we're using a different key, with a different key signature, with different accidentals, for example, D major has 2 sharps, if you remember. There's F sharp and C sharp. Because of that, okay, we're using different notes now, okay? However, same Roman numerals. So these two chord progressions is going to sound very similar, okay? It's going to sound similar, like the same song, only in different keys. Okay, so this one, this is still the 1 chord and now D major, so D is the root with F sharp and A. This is now a B minor triad with B as the root, B, D, F sharp. And then finally, this is a C sharp diminished triad, C sharp, E, G. Why B, for example? Well, B is the 6th scale degree of D. Since we're no longer in C major, we're now using the scale degrees of D major. Just very quickly, if I write out the D major scale, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. Okay, and we number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. You can see that D is the first scale degree, obviously, because it's D, so that's why we have 1. In D major, B is the 6th scale degree is B. Okay, for example, in C major, the 6th scale degree is A, but in D major, the 6th scale degree is B. Okay, so we use B as the root, and we write a B minor triad. So that's going to be the new 6th chord in D major. Finally, for the 7th chord, we look for the 7th scale degree. Here it's C sharp, right? So we build a diminished triad using that as the root. So C sharp is the root, and then C sharp, E, G, and that's how we find the diminished triad in D major. Okay, the 7 diminished chord in D major. Again, I just want to emphasize that we're basically just changing the way that we think about how to label chords just a little bit. Actually, not even really changing, we're just adding another layer to it. Okay, so not only can we describe a chord by using its root and the quality, we can now also describe its function. Right? So this is what we call its function. Right? Because we can describe how this chord behaves in C major. It behaves as the 1 chord. Right? If we change the key altogether, then we have in D major, if we keep the same function of 1, right, then we have we no longer use C major and we now use D major because now D major is the key. Okay, so take a look at both of these worksheets. Remember to look through the interactive lesson and then also the textbook, and you will then be in a good place to complete this take-home quiz. Please print this out and you can hand this in on Wednesday during class.